on enabling an agile workforce with automated intraday management. I'm David Wasserman from NICE's portfolio marketing team. And today I'll be talking with Adam Aftergut, one of our top workforce optimization experts. So welcome, Adam.
Thanks, David. Great to be here.
Glad you could join us. So Adam, as you know, the title of our session today is about workforce agility as it relates to both teams and to individual employees. I know for me and others that I talked to, this need quickly became a top priority with the abrupt transition to remote work. We all had to scramble to do the job that we were used to doing in the office and do it exactly the way we used to do it and now do it at home. Can you maybe kick off our session today and give us your perspective on exactly what is workforce agility?
Sure, absolutely. Thanks, David. So workforce agility has become a key priority for businesses really across industries with this massive and abrupt shift to work from home. And by the way, before I continue, I want to say that my comments are within the context of intraday management, which is a domain of workforce management. And what I mean by intraday management is the key focus area for me lately is on staffing optimization within the same day and going out up to a few weeks into the future. So same day and near term, and then related employee performance issues such as schedule adherence and after call work. So having said that, back to workforce agility, I think the best way to understand why it's so important is to really frame the challenges that we're confronting now with the shift to work from home. And, if we can boil it all down to a single root cause or one or two root causes, really what it comes down to is these changing boundaries in relation to the employee. So there's a separation that's occurring, a new boundary that's being put up, if you will, between the employee and the workplace, where the employee is no longer connected to their environment, their systems, their coworkers, management, administration. At the same time, there's actually a disappearing of boundaries or a blending of boundaries within the employee's workday experience where personal responsibilities and work responsibilities are being intermingled. So these changing boundaries are sort of an obstacle course, if you will, day by day, but they present a bigger challenge over time. And so workforce agility is really key to surmounting those challenges and still achieving your business objectives.
I see. So that's actually a great baseline, Adam. So now that we understand the needs of employees and organizations to quickly adapt to these new conditions, what you're calling being agile, the common thread here of this changing boundaries as well. Another aspect of this is employees' work-life balance. And this is a topic that's, I know, related but distinct from this concept of agile performance. As I see it, our work lives and personal lives are pretty much blended together more than ever. For me, I never thought I'd get so many, I'll call it insider views of coworkers' bedrooms and kitchens than I've had in the past 90 days on all these video calls we're on. What are you seeing in terms of new challenges and solutions to this concept of work-life balance? And why is it important that we think about this?
It's a great question. So, you're right. Work-life balance does relate to the day-to-day, but work-life balance doesn't really occur in a single moment or even within a day. Work-life balance is really the cumulative effect of the employee's experience over time. And so just to provide some examples of this, when it comes to, let's say, scheduling flexibility for the employee, which is part of intraday management, the employee, of course, wants flexibility within the day, but really, how do they feel big picture about their ability to accommodate unavoidable interruptions or responsibilities from their personal life in relation to their work responsibilities? Do they feel that they have tools or an organization that supports them over the arc of their time with that company? Are they being supported and being able to balance those two responsibilities? And of course, work-life balance, I have to say, differs from one person to another in terms of where that right balance is. But does each employee have the tools to strike the balance that they're looking for? Another example would be something we encounter a lot now with work from home, which is burnout. So many of us now working from home find that when we're off the clock, because there's this blurring of boundaries right now, we can sometimes feel that our work is encroaching on our personal lives. And if that happens repeatedly and over time, then burnout can occur. So all of this is really important because ultimately we want to have happy employees. We want our employees to be engaged. We want to be able to retain them and also to attract the right employees. So there's really an overlap with day-to-day performance, but the work-life balance is something that we want to look for in terms of that mid to long-term time frame.
I see. So now that you've given us this baseline of agility and work-life balance, it's almost like they're really at cross purposes. On the one hand, we've got a focus on agility for the sake of performance. On the other hand, we have work-life balance, which is something that we're talking about ensuring employees attaining both their personal and professional goals. Can you maybe provide us some examples on how you can actually drive and improve performance, but also provide this concept of importance of work-life balance?
Absolutely. So I think the key here is to understand basically where the needs and the interests of the employee will directly intersect with the needs of the organization. So if you think of solving various work from home challenges as being two sides of the same coin, where there's the organization's needs and there's the employee's needs, and you look for those commonalities or the common thread linking a variety of different challenges, that's how you can really provide the work-life balance and achieve agility at the same time. So to give you a couple quick examples, let's talk about providing autonomy to the employee, to give them that sense of autonomy. So again, back to being able to self-schedule or manage their time through self-service without going through an intermediary, that gives the employee a sense of control, a sense of autonomy. Over time, that makes them a lot more happy with their work and feeling like they have more control. Now, if that is provided in a manner that is intelligent, so that the autonomy they're given is also guided towards the interests of the organization, such as making employees aware of different schedule change opportunities that would benefit the staffing of the organization. So you're giving them that autonomy for their work-life balance, and at the same time you're solving day-to-day operational challenges with that agility. Just one other quick example would be visibility. So I want visibility. So with the type of solution that I market, actually, which is called NICE EEM, Employee Engagement Manager, we can also provide alerts and notifications and calls to action around performance. So keeping an employee notified of how they're doing, whether they're doing well or not doing as well, or whether they should be shifting their activities and so forth, or again, back to the visibility into their schedule. So this idea of visibility, of getting quicker feedback into how they're doing, into opportunities that might be out there that they otherwise may not see without greater visibility. So this visibility, while it provides for the work-life balance, at the same time, by providing that visibility, the employee is solving performance issues. For instance, with the quick feedback, they can take quicker self-corrective action to improve their performance. So you see there again that the factor that would contribute to the employee's experience and ultimately their work-life balance can also help improve performance.
I see. Adam, we really try to make these sessions we have for our LinkedIn followers really real and practical and down to earth. And we found that the best way to do that is maybe providing a real world example of putting, I'll call it theory, into practice. Can you maybe give us just one example of how to promote agility and work-life balance based on your recommendation, delivered measurable results for a customer?
Sure. So I believe you're getting at, a customer. So a customer of ours, a leading bank in North America, TD Bank, uses the NICE EM solution. So this is, our intelligent automation solution for intraday management, and that's part of our workforce management suite. And TD Bank used this solution to achieve the objectives that I've been describing in this discussion, and their impetus for looking at EEM at first was that they wanted to both improve their employee sense of work-life balance and employee satisfaction, and at the same time increase their efficiency, lower their operational costs. And they were in fact able to do that through the staffing optimization that is delivered by EEM. They were able to drive down their costs because a lot of these scheduled changes that are typically done manually were now automated, and crucially, and this is often the biggest savings for companies operationally, they were able to decrease those staffing variances. But at the same time, by giving the employees that visibility and control on the employee side, on the end user side, to self-service their schedule changes and get that greater visibility, they saw a significant increase in employee satisfaction, particularly related to scheduling. But about 80% of employees said they saw an increase in their or an improvement rather in their work-life balance. And this is the kicker in terms of voting with your feet, is that for apps that are downloaded by TD Bank's employees to do their work, the EEM app is the #1 most downloaded app, and this is across thousands of agents. It's a very big organization. In fact, related to this, there was an article in Bloomberg recently about TD Bank's shift of 9,500 agents roughly to work from home almost immediately with the shift that we all made. And it's a really interesting article. It's not specifically about NICE, but it's a great view into how leading companies adapt and show how they can really exemplify workforce agility. And we ourselves have a case study on how TD Bank has used NICE EEM.
Wow, that was a great example. And Adam, this has been a great discussion today. And it's certainly clear that you can enable an agile workforce and work-life balance with automated intraday management. So I appreciate you joining us today a lot.
Pleasure. Thanks so much, David.
And to our audience, hope you join us next week as we continue our series on customer service in times of change. From all of us at NICE, thanks for joining us. Stay healthy, stay safe. Bye-bye.
Bye.